What up, guys? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? This is your boy Super Mike. Coming to you this morning. Mike. Coming to you this morning. Like, I'm getting feedback already. Problems already. Feedback already. Problems already. All right. So I'm coming to you this morning because I would like to get your input. So I'm gonna send everybody these videos. I want to get your input. We're gonna have an open show, open talk tonight. I want to highlight on our ability to see disinformation. People always talking about disinformation. We got, mainstream platforms pushing us, teaching us about their version of what's disinformation, trying to define that to us. But, information is what you use to make your best decisions, the best decisions that's going to be right for you, that's going to bring you money, good homes, friendships, and all walks of life. So those are the type of decisions that you want to be able to make. So you want to have the type of information that's going to give you the ability to make those decisions. So we got to know that the biggest disinformation groups out here is these people. I think it's called the CIA. I don't know if you can even see it. Can you see it? Wow, they're blocking it out. They're good, ain't they? It is called the CIA. Disinformation. So they love to throw a rock and hide their hand. They love to throw a rock and hide their hand. I'm going to give you a couple of examples and then we're going to get out of here. And this is the government of the United States. So it's not only the CIA, it's the FBI, Secretary of the State Department, International Affairs, and just the government in general. Hiding their hands and just not, creating a problem. And then we sit up here wondering why there's a problem when we're looking at each other. So I want us to talk about that. I want your input. Okay, so call in, get on the show. We're going to be talking about Detroit, but we're also going to be talking about schools in general. I want to have this conversation. What's going on? I got people coming home. I knew that was happening, but we have a school. We're going to be talking about schools. How come where the black schools are is poverty, craziness, but where the white schools are, it seems like they have more money, or there's better schools in certain locations. All right, so that's another part of hiding your hand, hiding their hand, and not hide their hand and throwing a rock. So when that person gets hit by that rock, they don't know who hit them. And that's what these people specialize in. Hiding their hand, throwing a rock. So here's a rock that was thrown back in 1974. That's the reason why you can go from one school district to integration. We're just trying to integrate those schools. So I have a link in the upcoming show's bio. You can check that out. But research that. Milken versus Bradley, 1974. This is the reason why you got segregated schools still going on. Black children in the south side of Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, and parts of New York, and every part of this country, the certain white suburban schools get more money than the black schools, and then having all the black students and all the black teachers and the black citizens blame the black officials who are sellouts, but because they won't tell on this, they won't teach on this. But you're hamstringing yourself. Here's another thing I want to talk about hiding your hand. This is what they do. They create a problem for us that's going to take 30 years to show up. So that generation won't know where that problem came from. And some of these elders are too stupid to teach where this stuff comes from. So we're going to go over that one. Also, waging war by zip code. These people use food as a weapon. And that was part of Henry Kissinger's thing. You know, we'll go over that a little bit. Memorandum 200, I think that was. Using food as a weapon. You know, we can go over some of this, and I want people to research this. You guys can actually pull this PDF up. Waging war by zip code. You can get a tomato in a black zip code, or a piece of food, certain food in black areas, in an area where they call poverty-stricken area. It will have less nutrients than the food in another area. So I want to talk about that later on this week. This is the stuff I'm just real quick dropping this for everybody because I want your input on this stuff. So I'm sending this video out. Make sure you share this video. I want to talk later on this evening, later on this Sunday. And also, if you have more information, you can put stuff in the comment section. But the point is, we want to talk about this. You know, these are hiding your hands. These people hide their hand and they throw a rock, hit you, hide a hand. Nobody know where the hell this problem came from. All of a sudden, everybody's sick in hospital. They'll do this stuff 30 years prior. So, beyond Brown, we want to just, we're talking about the Milken versus Bradley Supreme Court case. This allows them to give more money to one school district than to the other. And they don't have to treat financially all the schools fairly. All right. So they get to treat your schools differently than they treat another municipality. Another part of hiding your hand. Let's do this. Stop this screen share. Hold on. Wrong way. This is what I want to show you. The background. We want to go through this. This is hiding your hand. This is from this guy. This is what they do. This meme, very important, because he's the one who put out that food as a weapon thing. That's Henry Kissinger. Henry Kissinger. This one here. This is their greatest power on us. We got to understand this stuff. So I just want everybody to check some of that stuff out. Here's another thing about hiding your hand. We're going to play this one. These people do science experiments.
Dr. Mark Breedlove at Michigan State University says he can take this male rat and make it behave like a female for the rest of its life, and vice versa for a female, just by altering the hormones it's exposed to right at birth. Because rats are born underdeveloped, that's roughly the same as altering a third trimester human fetus in the womb. But first, he said, I'd need a crash course in rat sex.
All right, so that's what they do. They hit you with they do experiments on, hormones and injecting people with hormones, and the next thing you know, we have issues. We have issues that shows up in the population. This is hiding your hand, throwing a rock, hiding your hand. That's what we're talking about. Let's go through this one real quick.
Ask you about. In a library journal, I saw a very strange.
This is a former CIA officer right here talking.
Well, Mike Jankowski gave us this article, and it said the CIA for some time has been on a disinformation campaign in that it inserts into the U.S. press and certain specialized journals misinformation about United States corporations and technology and economic developments. So they'll try to throw off the foreign competitors.
Right.
Is this something new, or has the CIA been involved in this in the past?
It doesn't surprise me. There are no rules in the game they play, but I've never seen that in the past, economic disinformation by the CIA, except in the sense, not to throw off foreign competitors, but of course, there was a great CIA manipulation that put Mr. Reagan into office. That, George Bush, when he was director, set up a recooking of the CIA statistics about Soviet arms industry, and he was cooking it to make it to create a myth of Soviet military supremacy that he could use to launch himself into the White House. And it turned out Mr. Reagan took it away from him and used it to get himself into the White House. But that was a flagrant cooking of the statistics.
Notice how they can cook the statistics. This is for people who always pulling up statistics and they believe those statistics like the law. This is their greatest weapon against you. And we want to talk about that. That's their greatest power. We want to touch on that. So this is pretty much it. I think I'm past it. Like I said, guys, this is what we want to do. We want to talk about this a little bit later. Peace out.